What's up? I'm back. I'm alive. Isn't that crazy? I am, in fact, alive, which is funny because I've been off Twitter all week. I'm also now realizing that I need to desperately change the background color because it looks real dark in here. Hello, everybody who's in chat. What's poppin', gamers? I am back. I am alive. See, look how much brighter that makes it just by slightly changing the hue color. Isn't that crazy? It has been so wild to be off Twitter this week. Obviously, for My Hero spoilers, please. I am making a once-in-a-lifetime decision to trust the live chat, to not put My Hero spoilers in the chat. Because I'm, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm 3 days in, and I have not thus far, seen any spoilers. Actually, that's a lie. I've seen one because it popped up on Instagram, but it's not related to the chapter. It's like a color spread or something that I would assume is for like, oh, congratulations on finishing the series. So I haven't actually seen any chapter content yet. So I'm still good. I only got 2 more days to go. So we're almost there. And it's great because like I'm busy tomorrow, so that'll help the time pass a little better. But that's crazy. I did almost get spoiled trying to post the announcement of the stream because I went on, and my strat for not getting spoiled is if I open it like on my phone or on the desktop, I will go straight to notifications, because from notifications I don't see anything on the home screen. Ooh. I don't see anything on the home screen, and I can open the little sidebar to get me to my profile. And then I'll go to my profile, because obviously there's no spoilers there, and then I'll post anything from there. That's how I've been posting all week. I have not touched the home page, because I'm like, I know the second I go on the home page, there's going to be something there. There's going to be something there that's going to get me spoiled. So I haven't been there. It has actually been like a really detoxing week of, I'm like, dang, that's crazy. I haven't haven't seen anything all week. That's wild. So I also haven't like been up to date on any news because I get a lot of my news from Twitter. So we'll see how messy the timeline is when I come back. But yeah, My Hero stream on Sunday. Oh, let's see who's in chat tonight. I see Golden Era Jam. Yo, Janice is here. Let's go. And John Bass. John Bass is here too. And Henry the Anglerfish. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are all here. Obviously doing overrated, underrated anime. I did see a couple things in chat I want to address. First, from Janice. I'm saying that right? Like, I'm not saying your name wrong. You can correct me if I'm saying it wrong. I won't be offended. She says, Elias, I was told this would start promptly at 7 p.m. It is now 7:03. Why you lie to me? First of all, it's not my fault. Okay. It's YouTube's fault. I pressed start at 8 p.m. Central Time, right? It's not my fault. It doesn't kick on for a while. That's why there's a 5-minute countdown. Because, like, sometimes I don't see the notification pop up on my phone until, like, 3 minutes into the countdown. And I'm like, what if I had started the stream, like, right when I press start, huh? What then? It also helps eliminate that, the countdown helps eliminate that, like, awkward of, like, is it live? Is it going? Is it good? Because you know exactly when you're starting. Like, you know you're live. You know, like, oh, everything's up. We're all good. So that does help. But why is that on the bottom of my screen? That's weird. I don't know what that is. It bothers me, though. Anyway. So there's that. I also said, John Bass, any plans to play any more Pokemon? Yes. Eventually. In the future. I will go back to Pokemon. I will say right now, tentatively, don't hold me to this because the plan could change. Tentatively, the plan for streaming, I'll go ahead and get it out of the way, is obviously Sunday we're doing the last My Hero chapter. No manga stream next Sunday. I'm going to take next Sunday off as I try to figure out what we're doing next. But next Friday, I should hopefully be finishing the Wholesome Monster Girl Academia demo. That is the plan as of right now. That plan could change dramatically between now and then, but that is the plan. And then we'll hit another tier list, because once My Hero is over, like I've said, I have a bunch of tier lists planned of like, oh, I want to do all the characters, all the arcs, all the seasons, all the volume covers. Like, volume covers, we're going to have to wait a while, because I don't want to do it till the last cover is out, because that just makes sense. There's no point in doing 41 covers to have to do it again when volume 42 comes out. So, that being said, what are we doing tonight? Nobody cares what we're doing next week. What are we doing tonight? Tonight, we are... So this tier list is a little interesting. I don't know where I got this idea from, but tonight we're going to be doing overrated versus underrated anime. And here's how this is going to work. Obviously, as usual, there's the never seen tier. There's a never seen tier. If I haven't seen it, can't say if it's overrated, underrated, or just rated. What that means is... If it's overrated, we're going to start off with Fullmetal Alchemist. That's a... it'll either go in overrated, just rated, or underrated. Overrated is like, wow, people really hype this up way too much. That's crazy. Just rated is like, yeah, the quality of the show matches the amount of hype that people give it. And then underrated is like, the quality is so high and nobody's talking about this show. So, that's the plan. Now... There's 100 anime here. Depending on how things go time-wise, at the end, if there's extra time, I will accept write-ins from the audience, because that went really well on the last tier list. So I will accept write-ins from the audience should we have time at the end. Because there is a decent amount on here that I haven't seen, and we'll blitz through those. So, that being said, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Starting off strong with Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Honestly, Fullmetal Alchemist is rated. It's just rated. Like, Fullmetal Alchemist is a 10 out of 10, very hype. It matches the hype that it's given. It's just that good. So, I give Fullmetal Alchemist just rated. Like, it's... What can I say? The hype matches how good of a show it is. It's great. Gintama and Naruto, I've never seen. I want to watch Naruto so bad. I need to... I'll pick up Naruto one of these days. Your Name. Okay. If you guys know anything about me, you'll know I am... a Makoto Shinkai enjoyer. And I love Makoto Shinkai. But, also full disclosure, me saying an anime is overrated does not mean it's bad. It just means people gas it up too much, which is why I'm putting Your Name in overrated. Your Name is very good. It's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. But it's just overrated. Like, people set my expectations at a 30, and it's like a 15. Like, it's good, but you don't gotta put my expectations that high. Okay? You don't gotta put my expectations that high. That's what I have to say about that. Promised Neverland, never seen. I saw Mushoku Tensei is on here. Yeah, I can't wait to get to Mushoku Tensei. All right, A Silent Voice. I'm gonna say A Silent Voice. I'm trying to remember, like, the first time I watched A Silent Voice, I was coming home for Thanksgiving break in 2021. I watched, like, the first half on the plane. And then I watched the second half like when I got home. But I almost would say it's overrated. Almost. If the emotional climax at the end did not deliver. Because everyone's like, oh, A Silent Voice is so sad. Like, A Silent Voice is this, A Silent Voice is that. But, that being said, the emotional climax at the end does deliver, and it does make it worth it. So I'm going to say A Silent Voice is just rated. I know there's a lot that's in the manga that didn't make it in the movie, and one day I do want to get the manga and read it and see like how much, because like Christian Anime Podcast told me there's romance elements in the manga that don't make it in the movie, and I'm like, that sounds interesting. I should check that out. So One Piece, never seen it. Nobody should be surprised. That's not like a thing for me at this point. I still haven't seen One Piece. I'll start it one day. One of these days, I'll start watching One Piece. I'm watching too much already. Sagitation Classroom, haven't seen it. Your Lie in April. All right. Your Lie in April, baby. Here we go. Overrated as crap. I don't think I've seen a more overrated anime than Your Lie in April. Dog. It's good until about the second half. The second half of Your Lie in April is just so indescribably mid. Because you get to the reveal at the end, and it just convolutes and makes everything else in the rest of the show mean nothing. Because you get to the end, and it's like, why weren't you just honest? We could have avoided half of this if you were just honest. Why'd you have to lie for half the show? And everyone going into it was like, oh, it's so sad. You're going to cry. Like, it's so emotional. And then I watched it, and I was like, no, I hate half the characters. I hate the main character. He's dumb. I get it. He's like this piano prodigy. But he's not the second coming of Christ, dude. He's just a kid who can play the piano really well. Anyway, I don't like Your Lie in April. That's and you know what's so funny is I made a TikTok when I was back on TikTok like 2 or 3 years ago after I watched Your Lie in April. And it was like responding to one of the prompts, and it was like, hey, what's an anime opinion that you have that would make people mad? And I did the whole spiel about Your Lie in April, and half the comments were like, finally, someone said it. Somebody had the guts to say that Your Lie in April was overrated. And I'm like, I will be the voice of the people. Your Lie in April is overrated. Actually, I would argue Your Lie in April is more overrated than Your Name. It will probably be the most overrated thing on this list. I'm glad everybody seems to be in agreement. Anime Relatable, welcome to the stream. Doing overrated, underrated anime. It's going to be great. All right. Erased, never seen. Mob Psycho, never seen. Fun fact about Mob Psycho. I started Mob Psycho a while ago. Because I was like, I need to finally watch Mob Psycho. Like, it's really good. You should give it a chance. Give it a shot. And I started watching it, and I was like, this is weird. Why do I feel like all of these characters are already established? Because I was like on Crunchyroll, and I just hit start watching on the first episode. And I was like, it's weird. Is there like a prequel series or something I'm missing? And I got like 3 episodes in, and I was like, this is so weird. Why is everyone like pre-established? Like all these characters know each other. Turns out I started on season 3 on accident. I watched the first 3 episodes of season 3, and I'm like, okay, my bad. So I needed to go back and actually start Mob where it starts. I'll watch Mob eventually. I made a realization this week because I'm like lining up what video or what anime I need to watch to do videos on, and I was like, I don't even do this full time, and I'm watching so much anime. I don't understand how like Gigguk, Mother's Basement, like the anime YouTubers who do this full time. I'm like, how do these guys do it? How do you watch so much anime and not get tired of it? Like, mad respect. That's crazy. So, all right, Demon Slayer. Big one. Everyone says it's mid. Overrated. I'm going to say Demon Slayer is just rated. I don't think it's underrated because I think for it to be underrated, it needs to not have a lot of people talking about it. And a lot of people do talk about Demon Slayer. But I don't think it's overrated because I feel like the hype that Demon Slayer gets is worth the content that Ufotable is putting into it. Especially with like the Hashira training arc where they extended and fleshed out a bunch of stuff and added all these original scenes and like just really elevated the manga and made it a lot better. I actually have a video about that going out on Wednesday. That's the next video, is talking about Demon Slayer. So I will say Demon Slayer is just rated. Because it's, yeah, kind of like what John said in chat. It's despite the issues people have with it, it's just rated. It's good. Haven't seen Haikyuu, haven't seen Steins Gate. All right, ReZero. Lord Almighty, I hate this show. I have watched 2 seasons of ReZero, the 2 seasons that are out. I can't stand it. It's overrated, but more so than Your Name. Your Name is like just barely. Actually, I'm moving Your Name down to the top of just rated. I'll leave it there, despite my previous rant. Now that I'm like putting things together, it can go here because I don't think I think it's fine there. ReZero though is overrated. People hype this up like it is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and it's not. It's, what's the best way I can put this? I don't like Subaru for the same reasons I don't like Kazuya from Rent a Girlfriend. He has minimal to no character development and is just genuinely so unbearable to be around. And like, I don't know. He's just, I don't like him. I like Amelia. I think Amelia is great. But I don't know, man. I just don't like ReZero. I think the premise is cool of like every time he dies, he gets sent back to a video gamey checkpoint and comes back and it's like, hey, he's here. Wow. I don't know, man. I just don't like ReZero. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it. Noragami, haven't seen. No Game, No Life. Overrated. I don't even want to say too much about it. No Game, No Life would be a lot better if half the show wasn't incest. Like, 90% of No Game, No Life is just incest. And the other 10% is them playing games. If you could, like, flip that ratio, actually, don't even flip the ratio. Just get rid of the incest and make it about playing games. We'd be good. And when it's not about incest, it's about the main dude being a perv. So, no, it's overrated. It's not good. And there's a reason it doesn't have a season 2. Sorry, No Game, No Life fans. It's not your fault. Okay? It's the show's fault for being bad. Oh, not Toradora. Not Toradora. I can't keep talking about Toradora. All right. Alex, I see you in the chat. ReZero's opening. I mean, the opening is fine. It's cool, I guess. Okay. Toradora. It's up there with Your Lie in April. It is. It's up there with Your Lie in April. We have not hit an underrated yet. I'm trying to look on the thing and see if I can find an underrated. We'll get to one later. I will fully admit that there's going to be a lot more overrated than there is underrated on this list, but specifically. I do have some I want to add later on, though, because I think they're I think they need to be on the list. There's a lot of my favorite romance anime that aren't on here that would definitely go in underrated. Anyway, Toradora is not a great show. I don't like the main character. Well, okay, actually, that's a lie. I like the main character. I like Ryuji. I think he's great. I don't like him being paired with Taiga. That's the problem. Golden, I'm going to be so real with you. If you have not seen Toradora, you're not missing a lot. You're not missing a lot. Everyone will tell you, like, oh, it's one of the quintessential romance anime. Yeah, watch, like, Love is War or Horimiya instead. If you want, like, that kind of romance anime. Like, I don't know. I just don't think it's very good. And I don't like the main pair. I've talked about this in 3 live streams now. Or no, 4 live streams now. Toradora comes up every single freaking stream, and I don't know how this keeps happening. Every time I do a tier list, Toradora is there to scare me. Anyway, Bunny Girl Senpai, underrated. I don't think people talk about Bunny Girl Senpai enough. Because Bunny Girl Senpai is legitimately one of the best romance anime ever, but people will not watch it because of the title. I've always said, Bunny Girl Senpai is like the litmus test for anime. Because it makes you show yourself. Are you gonna stick with it for the plot, or are you gonna get turned off by the cover? Huh? Because I was trying to recommend this to a friend at work. And I was like, he was like, what's in your, like, top 15? And I'm, like, reading it off. And I get to Bunny Girl Senpai. And he's like, Bunny Girl Senpai? What? And I show him the cover. And he's like, why would you watch that? That looks like hentai. And I'm like, no. It's really good. It's really good. Like, the plot is solid. The relationship is amazing. Like... And he's like, no, I can't watch that. My wife will be like, what are you watching? And I'm like, dude, she's in the bunny girl outfit for like maybe 2 minutes in the first episode, and it never comes up again. Like, that's the best part, is it's a very don't judge a book by its cover. And yes, Jam, you're right. The title itself is a gatekeep. It 100% is. If you can push past that boundary and that barrier... You're cooking. You'll get, like, peak romance if you can just get past that boundary. So, Bunny Girl Senpai is underrated. Also, yes, Golden, I did see it's getting a new arc. They're going to college, which means we've finally escaped the high school romance. Alex, you're right. It does come up again, but she doesn't... Oh, does she wear it again? I don't remember. I just know it's, like, not a focal point of the show, despite it being the title. And even though, like, the title technically changes every arc. Because, like, the Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai is the first one. And then it's, like, Doesn't Dream of a Succubus Girl or something. And then, like, a Science Girl. Like, it changes with every arc. Because the movies were... Rascal Does Not Dream of a Sister Venturing Out, and Rascal Does Not Dream of a Knapsack Kid or something. But it definitely is underrated. We have our first underrated of the night. So, okay. Yes, Jam, we do need more college romance. You are so right. Do you know what the frustrating part about that is? Rent-A-Girlfriend's down here. Rent-A-Girlfriend technically counts as a college romance. So I want everyone to know that Rent-A-Girlfriend is dragging down the college romance genre by being so bad. It's actively destroying our chances of getting better college romance anime. That being said, speaking of bad anime, 7 Deadly Sins is here, which is great because Alex is here, and that's like one of his favorite anime. 7 Deadly Sins, I don't have a tier for just being bad. Because that's the problem. It's like, every time someone talks about 7 Deadly Sins, it's because it's bad. And I can't say it's overrated because nobody gasses it up. Nobody is gassing up 7 Deadly Sins. But I don't want to say it's underrated because it's not good. I don't know where to put it. Just rated is for like good shows. What I didn't think about putting bad shows on here. I guess 7 Deadly Sins goes in just rated. Cause like nobody gasses it up enough for it to be overrated. But it's not okay. I'm just gonna put it in the bottom of just rated. Cause I don't know where else to put it. Like I don't know. Here's what I'll say. I think 7 Deadly Sins is good in the first season. The first season is great. Because it like I've said about 7 Deadly Sins before, it's a great show that has really, really bad execution after the first season. Because they did that weird like OVA filler season that everything got undone because it was in between season 1 and 2. And then they get really loosey-goosey with this Meliodas stuff. They bring in the 10 Commandments. And it's also just, dude, it's so pervy. We did this. Oh, I think it was the, was it the couples tier list, I think? And it's like the 3 deadly pedophiles. And half of the, like, all the main guys are all pedophiles. And it's so bad. Like, you legitimately could... Show would be better if they weren't pedophiles, dude. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, moving on. 7 Deadly Sins sucks, but it's just rated because nobody gasses it up enough. So, speaking of gassing it up, Kaguya-sama Love is War. Where do I want to put Love is War? Where do I want... King is not a pet... Yes, he is! He was like a bajillion years old when he met Deanne as a kid. I'm just saying. Also, hi, Zeke. Bye, Zeke. Thanks for popping in. How's it going? How's it going? Deanne... Okay, 750, but like... King is old. Hold on. I'm going to Google this. How... Okay, I can't spell. Okay. This is from Reddit, the most, this is from the most, reputable source. So, Deanne is 750. King is 1300. He is double her age. Which means when they met, he still would have been double her age. If a 20-year-old meets a 10-year-old, we call that pedophilia. So it doesn't matter if he's like she's 750 and he's 1300. It's the same thing. The numbers are just much bigger. That's all I have to say about that. Thank you, Reddit. That was very helpful. I'm not saying the relationship is bad. I'm just saying it's like... it's weird that the author chose to make the 3 main guys all like creepy pedos, because Meliodas like keeps falling in love with Elizabeth even when she's like a child, and it's guised under the like, oh, well, it's like they're like destined lovers and like it's a thing, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's still weird. Like, at least if you're gonna do a reincarnation lovers plotline, do it like Zelda, where Link and Zelda reincarnate around the same age every time. So that makes sense. But like Meliodas staying alive, I understand that was like part of his curse, but still, it's weird. And then Bon and Elaine, like, we know from King being able to assume a more adult body, right? That they can change their appearance, which means Elaine has a more adult form, right? But she stays like a child the whole time. And that's just weird. Anyway. How can you make both suffer if both reincarnate? No, Meliodas gets to keep his memories. He just reincarnates as well. It's like, oh, what? There's an anime about that. I guess it'd be like ReZero, kind of, where it's like he can also die. And like they both die. But he keeps his memories and she doesn't. That's a very easy way to like fix that problem. And it's like so simple too. It's not even a complicated fix. I'm just saying, 7 Deadly Sins is weird. I watched it all the way through to the end because by the time I got to like the studio switch, I was like, well, sunk cost fallacy. I'm already too far in. I might as well finish it. I will say, the new movies they did weren't that bad. The like weird 3D animated ones, I thought those were pretty decent. I enjoyed those, the Netflix ones. So that's my spiel on 7 Deadly Sins. I did not mean to go that deep into it. All right. Love is War. I'm going to say... Okay. I don't know why that opened up. Ignore that. That was random. Love is War. Anyway, moving on. Love is War, I'm going to say is underrated. Because I feel like anytime I talk to someone about it, I have to, like, I really got to talk it up to get somebody to watch Love is War. And it's just so good. Like, it's another peak romance. Like, why? I will never understand why shows like Rent a Girlfriend get 4 seasons. But my GOAT Love is War has not had anything in almost 2 years. And the manga's done, bro. You could go finish the manga. There's so much good stuff. Bro, what happened? Finish Love is War, bro. Don't give us more seasons of Rent-a-Slop. Blech. Anyway, Love is War is peak. Alex is right. The dub is goated. Love is War is one of those shows where I would genuinely say watch the dub over the sub. It's so funny. Because Love is War has a lot of comedy, and I think the comedy works a lot better if it's in your native language and you don't have to read and try to process the joke. And, like, the comedy just sells a lot better when it's in your native language. So, Love is War is underrated because I don't see enough people talk about it. And... yeah, watch Love is War if you haven't, because it's good. Alex, you're so right. Rent-a-Girlfriend keeps getting more because we watch it because of how bad it is. Yeah, it's the hate watchers that keep giving it new seasons, and that's the problem. Akame ga Kill. This is another one that I'm going to say is underrated because it's one that I don't see people talk about. Like, it's at least in my sphere of the internet, it's a very niche anime that I've not seen a lot of people talk about. And I think more people should watch it. I think it's good. It's got its fair share of flaws. Like it struggles a little bit here and there. But I thought by the time I got to the end of it, I was like, okay, I'm not in love with how it ended, but like, okay, I'll give it to you, I guess. I'll take it. Okay. Death Note. Ooh, I watched Death Note this year for the first time. Dude. Death Note is so good. Death Note is peak, bro. Dude. I'm so sad. I'm so sad I slept on Death Note for so long. Like, it's so good. And I remember watching Death Note, and I get like halfway through, and there's like this massive plot twist, and you're like, wait, but we're only halfway through the series. Well, how is this gonna affect? And it doesn't feel like it declined in quality at all. And the ending is very satisfying. So, I will say Death Note is just rated, but better than Seven Deadly, obviously. Because I do feel like people gassing up Death Note know what they're talking about. And they know why they're gassing it up and why they're like, hey, Death Note is goated, dude. You need to watch it. It's so good. Like it. The ending is different in the manga? Whoa. I didn't know that. Maybe I'll peek in the manga next time I'm in Books A Million. I won't buy it. I'll just stand there and like flip through it real quick. But yeah, Death Note, really good. Really good. Definitely, I think it's just rated. It's good. Black Clover, I've tried to watch Black Clover twice. Couldn't do it. I need to give it a shot. Maybe third time's the charm on Black Clover. Legitimate. I mean, okay, hold on. How many episodes do you guys think I need to have seen before I could say anything about Black Clover? Like genuinely curious, how many episodes do I have to have seen of a show for me to say if it's overrated, just rated, or underrated? I'm legitimately curious what you guys think on that, because I have opinions, but I don't know. I think, is it on my Crunchyroll? Let me see how many episodes in I was. It might be on my Crunchyroll. Black Clover. Did you guys know only the last 3 seasons only the last 3 seasons of Food Wars are on Crunchyroll? I don't know where to watch the first 2. Oh, okay. I made it 7.5 episodes into Black Clover. Is that enough to say anything about it? I'm going to move on to Violet Evergarden. You guys ponder that. Is 7.5 episodes enough to give a rating for Black Clover? Violet Evergarden, I didn't like it very much. I don't think it's like, I don't need to say it's bad. I didn't like it. I think it's just rated, though. I think Violet Evergarden, the little hype it gets is all right. The little hype it gets is just rated. Black Clover, hard overrated. Okay, now that I know that that's enough, Black Clover is overrated. Based on the 7.5 episodes I've seen, it was like so unbearable. And maybe like I tried watching it subbed and I tried watching it dubbed, and I couldn't get into either one. But I've heard it's good, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I'll watch it, because a video popped into my head this morning because I was scanning through the list tonight, and I was like, I gave Black Clover 3 tries, and this is how I felt about it. And, like, that's the video. Because that is a nice thing about me having not seen a lot of big anime like Black Clover, One Piece, Naruto, is I can make videos about it, and I can just talk about it. And that's the video. So, because some of them, like My Hero, I'm like, okay, let me do something a little different, because I haven't, like, everybody does videos on My Hero and Demon Slayer. And then, like, Black Clover, I'm like, okay, I've never seen Black Clover, so here's my thoughts. So, yeah, Black Clover, overrated, at least for now. I have not seen Dr. Stone, which is sad. And I need to watch it. I haven't seen it. You know what I have seen this week, though? Speaking about, like, Black Clover, and Jujutsu Kaisen's on here. I can't wait to get to Jujutsu Kaisen. I did see this week, I know it's technically a leak. I saw the author comments from Shonen Jump. Like, congratulating Horikoshi on finishing My Hero. And, like, some of them are so awesome. Like, Oda, the author of One Piece, was like, hey, you can go play Pokemon Go as much as you want now. And, like, Geiji, who does Jujutsu Kaisen, was like, hey, if it weren't for My Hero, like, Jujutsu Kaisen wouldn't be here. And just the support he got, like, Horikoshi has gotten over the last couple weeks is awesome. And I love that, like, we fans will sit here and bicker about, like, One Piece is better than My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen is better than My Hero, blah, 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 blah. But, like, all the authors are just friends behind the scenes. Like, they're all just chilling. They love hanging out, reading each other's series, and, like, maybe that's how we should be. I'm just saying. Okay. Konosuba. Okay, let me explain. Konosuba is great. It is a fantastic anime. Very funny, very hilarious. I've not watched season 3 yet, and I have not watched the spinoff yet. I want to, because I really like Konosuba. I think it's hilarious. But I do think people gas it up just a little bit too much. Everyone's like, it's the greatest isekai of all time. No. Not even close. Not even close. But it's good. But it is a little overrated. So you guys gotta, like, tone it back just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay? Just a little bit on Konosuba. It's good, but tone it back. Darling in the Franxx, never seen it. I don't really care to. That's not one that's on my list to watch. What is that? What is that show? I don't know what that is. And given that I don't know, I'm going to say never seen it. Hold on. I think I'm in a spurt of never seen. No. And no. All right. We're to My Hero. That was early. Okay. So, My Hero Academia. Is it overrated, just rated, or underrated? I'm saying this as a My Hero fan, as a massive My Hero fan. Here's what I have to say. I think My Hero Academia is at the top of just rated. Because as a My Hero fan, I will be the first one to admit that My Hero is one of the greatest stories ever written. Like, it is truly some of the best work to come out of Shonen Jump in the last decade, obviously. And Horikoshi has done an incredible job at getting his cast of characters and, like, putting everything together. What I will say, though, is sometimes the My Hero fan base gasses it up just a little too much. But not enough that I would say it's overrated. It's like top of just rated because it's still just rated. The hype that people give it lives up to those expectations. But sometimes the expectation is here and the hype is like just up here. That's how close it is. So, the fans, let's tone it back a little bit. I understand wanting to spread the good word of My Hero Academia, and that's fine. Because My Hero is great at what it is. For what My Hero is and what it tries to be, and this is my biggest issue with comparing it to Jujutsu Kaisen, is because My Hero and Jujutsu Kaisen are not the same show. They're the same genre. They're the same, like, shonen battle action, or what is it? Action battle shonen. But My Hero is it tries to be something drastically different from Jujutsu Kaisen, and I don't like comparing the two. Because Jujutsu Kaisen is a very nihilistic, the world is going to end, we got to fight the curses, but we're going to die, and a much more, like, gritty, realistic type thing. And that's great for Jujutsu Kaisen. But you can't then turn and apply all of that to My Hero, because that's not what My Hero tries to be. My Hero is this hopeful, optimistic, like, even though things are bleak, I can still push through with the power of my friends and, like, work really hard, and we're going to change society. And, like, it does have some of those darker, more serious, like, tone, especially when you get into, like, all of this stuff with Shigaraki and the League of Villains and, like, all of that. But My Hero and Jujutsu Kaisen are just two different shows, and people really compare them because they're the two, like, biggest shows running right now. And I don't think that's fair. I think My Hero and Black Clover is probably a better comparison, at least from what I've seen of Black Clover and what I know of it. Those two seem a lot more comparable. And like Jam said, Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man are a lot better to compare those two, because it's like comparing apples to oranges. Like, you're not going to judge an orange for not tasting like an apple, because you don't expect an orange to taste like an apple. That doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, I think My Hero is just rated. All that to say. And that's why I don't compare it to Jujutsu Kaisen. And it frustrates me when people do compare it to Jujutsu Kaisen. People were disappointed that Lemillion didn't get One for All. It's kind of the whole point of season 4, though, was to show that, like, why that happened. I can't get into it, but yeah. Okay, that's My Hero. All right. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. JoJo's is so good, dude. I can't say JoJo's is underrated because it's just so popular. There's no world where JoJo's is underrated. You don't like JoJo's? Wait, Janice, do you not like JoJo's, or are you responding to something different? Because, like, I've met a lot of people who don't like JoJo's. I've met a lot of people who don't like JoJo's. It's such a hard show to get into. The obnoxious fan base sort of makes me not want to watch it. That's exactly how I am with One Piece, dude. One Piece fans actively make me not want to watch the show because they're so toxic and annoying about it. I think JoJo's is good. I really do. I love JoJo's. It's in my top 10 anime. more specifically like parts 3, 4, and 5. I don't really care for parts 1 and 2. If I had to pick a favorite, it's got to be part 3. Dude, Stardust Crusaders is so iconic. All the memes. Yeah, the memes are great. I'm going to say, though, JoJo's is bottom of overrated. Like, as much as I like JoJo's, and as much as I said, like, JoJo's is great, and, like, JoJo's is peak, top tier. Ugh, excuse me. I do think it is a little overrated. Like, it's good. But there's enough lulls to make me be like, like, parts 1 and 2 are really only good for the memes, and then the plot picks up with 3, 4, 5. I haven't even finished part 6 yet. Because JoJo's is a show I refuse to watch dubbed, and I don't have the time to sit down and watch it subbed. So, it is what it is. So, Code... Hold on. If you want to see a non-toxic One Piece YouTuber, Tekken can be a good one because that fan base is radioactively toxic. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't even watched One Piece, and I know people are, like, trying to cancel Oda for stuff with, I think it's Yamato? Yamato? I don't know. I know there's, like, something with her that, like, everyone's trying to cancel Oda, and he's just out here like, dude, I'm writing one of the most successful manga of all time. Leave me alone. I don't have time for you silly Western fans. And I'm like, honestly, that's kind of based. Like, it's kind of based. Oda might be kind of based. All of the... Yes. Most, if not all, anime fans in the West, anime fan bases are toxic. That was actually a tier list I might revisit in the future. I don't know if I have enough to say about it, but it was like an anime fandom tier list, and 90% of them were just toxic trash. Like Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, My Hero. Demon Slayer is not bad. The Demon Slayer fan base is actually pretty chill. JoJo's fans are bad. Like, most fan bases are just toxic, and it sucks. But the Demon Slayer fan base is the one that's, like, so chill. They're like, hey, guys, we like Demon Slayer. If you don't like it, that's okay. They won't let you slander Demon Slayer. That's the best part, is, like, they'll stick up and defend Demon Slayer if you try to slander it and give, like, inaccurate information. But they don't, like, actively start fights with... They don't actively start fights with, other fan bases. Like, One Piece fans will jump in the comments of a My Hero thing that's completely unrelated to One Piece, and they're just like, well, One Piece is better. And it's like, dude, you don't... Get out of here. Get out. Get it. Go away. Go away. Anyway. Code Geass, just rated. Code Geass, I can't say it's overrated or underrated. Here's what I'll say, guys, about just enjoying anime. Just get off Twitter. Actually, don't get off Twitter, because I like interacting with you guys. But just don't interact with a fan base. I stopped interacting with the My Hero fan base, and it saved me so much stress of, like, I'm just going to enjoy the series for what it is. That's why, fun fact, that's why I'm not on Twitter at all this week. It's not about seeing the leaks. It's about seeing the toxic fans who either don't like it or really like it. Because I remember, I will come back to Code Geass. I vividly remember when the last chapter of Attack on Titan dropped, and everyone either thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread, or it was the worst ending known to man. And there was no in between. And I just think that's incredibly hilarious. Which is why I'm staying off, because, like, first of all, I don't think the ending of Attack on Titan is that bad. I think it's fine for what it is and what it tries to do, and the message that the message that the whole series was sending. I think the ending is fine. But I don't want that with My Hero. Like, I don't want my perspective on the ending to be tainted before I read the chapter for myself and give my own opinions. Like, I'll just tell you guys right now, I'm ignoring chat on Sunday until I read the chapter. Like, I'm not even gonna, like, I'm just gonna be over here reading the chapter, and then when I finish it, then I'll turn in a address chat. Because I don't know. And that's kind of why I like the group I have on Twitter, is like, I can almost tweet in this vacuum of people who I know aren't going to be toxic about it. Which is great. So, anyway, Code Geass is just rated. It's good. I enjoy it. I don't think the second season is as good as the first one, at least the first part of it. The first part of season 2 is pretty, I don't know about that one, Chief, because season 1 is so good. Season 1 is like top tier, really great. And then after that, beginning of season 2 is a little wacky. And then like midway through season 2, as we get to the end, it gets really good. So I will give it that. I will say it's just rated for now. Cowboy Bebop. Okay. This is a big one. I watched Cowboy Bebop 3 years ago. I want to say 3 years ago. Cowboy Bebop is overrated. I did not like Cowboy Bebop as much as I thought I was going to, and as much as people told me I was going to. Everyone was like, Cowboy Bebop is peak. Cowboy Bebop is good. Cowboy Bebop boo ba boo ba da boo ba ba da ba. No, Cowboy Bebop is all right. Cowboy Bebop is all right. At best. At best, it's all right. I like the characters. I did not particularly care for the anthology setup, though. And maybe I need to watch it again, because I watched it over like a really long span of time and really big gaps in between. And I like the setting. I love the setting of Cowboy Bebop. Like the what's it, like cyberpunk-y, space, sci-fi. Like, I thought the setting was so cool, and I love Spike and Jet as characters. I just didn't, like, I don't know. I didn't really care for it. I didn't think it was that good. I wish it was better. I really do. Space Western. That's what it was. Thank you. If I had a nickel for every anime I need to rewatch, I'd have, like, enough money to buy a Tesla. Maybe I'll rewatch it and do a video on it, too. That's my incentive for rewatching stuff now. Is like, oh, I really want to rewatch Gurren Lagann. And I'm like, oh, I'll do a video on it. And that's my justification for, like, finally sitting down to rewatch it. And it's really simple. I have, like, a notes document on my phone of all the episodes, and I'll, like, jot down notes as I go. So when I finish, because, like, I'm still going through. And, like, so when I'm done, I can pop in and be like, oh, that's my note for this episode. That's something I wanted to talk about in the video. Like, and it's just really simple, and it's super low casual, or not low effort, but, like, super casual, super chill. Horimiya, underrated. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I will sing the praises of Horimiya till the day I die. And not enough people have watched that show. And like I said in the romance anime tier list, Horimiya would be a lot better if they mashed it with the missing pieces and didn't make me feel like I was reading the Bible in chronological order. Because with the missing pieces, it's like everything's out of order. And you gotta, like, oh, okay, start episode 1 of the missing pieces till 12 minutes, and then start episode 2 of the anime, and, like, go back and forth. And I'm like, that's dumb. I don't want to do that. Just. But other than that, it is a really good romance anime, very solid. I feel like they get to the relationship a lot quicker, and then it's more about them getting through the relationship together instead of the will they, won't they, which there's nothing wrong with the will they, won't they. It's just sometimes it's a little stale, and sometimes you want to see, like, actual relational development instead of just shenanigans about whether or not they're going to get together. So Horimiya is really good. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. As we get... Oh, I see so many more hot takes. Oh, we're almost to Jujutsu Kaisen. Thank God. Okay. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Overrated. I'm actually going to put it close to the top of overrated. Evangelion's not good, guys. It's not. Can we all just be so candid for a second? Evangelion is not good. Being overly complex and making no sense does not make you a good show. Because I fully believe that the author of Evangelion does not know what he's talking. Don't boo me. I'm right. Your boos mean nothing to me. What's the Rick and Morty quote that I'm thinking of? Hold on. What is the Rick and Morty quote where he's like, your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. Evangelion is like not great. Boo me all you want. Boo me all you want. Evangelion's not great. You can say, who cares if it makes sense? It's giant robots versus aliens. But it's not. Half the show is freaking Gendo Ikari talking about how he's going to destroy the world. With the singular... What is it called? The singularity? No, it's not called the singularity. It's the third awakening or whatever. It's that universe's equivalent of the Rapture. The robots fight for like, I don't know, how many episodes is there? 26? They fight for like maybe 10. Maybe 10. That's being generous, actually, I think. There's not enough big robot fight for them to justify it being a mecha anime. Because it's so confusing, it makes no sense. And you're like, what? Impact, the third Impact, that's what it was. Okay, you say the angels, that's cool. But also, like, the Christian symbolism is there. But is it really a positive reflection on Christianity? Is that really what we want? The angels are cool. Don't get me wrong. The angels are cool. I really like the Avas. I think the Avas are cool. Asuka, best girl. What? I did a tier list somewhere. And I was like, Asuka's the only tolerable character in Evangelion. Like, I despise everyone in Evangelion except for Asuka. Because she's, like, so real. She's like, I'm just here. I'm a great Eva pilot. And I want to fight some angels. And you know what? She's so real for that. I just think Ava's too dark. And I know, like, oh, that's the point. Like, it's supposed to be dark and confusing. Yeah. It's overrated, though. Like, it's not no. Evangelion's overrated. I'll die on that hill. I watched the whole thing, and I feel like I'm qualified to say that because I've watched all of Evangelion, and I watched all 4 of the Rebuild movies, one of which is like 3 hours long. And it was not great. Ava needs more big robot fight to justify being weird and crazy. Thank you. Okay. Let me take a drink of water, because this is another one. Speaking of overrated, we have Spirited Away. Spirited Away is overrated. And let me tell you why. Because everyone acts like this is the best Studio Ghibli movie. And it's not. It's not. Personally, I think the best Ghibli movie, at least that I've seen, is Princess Mononoke. But Spirited Away is not great either. Like, I don't know. It's just not great. I don't even have like that words to say about it. I was bored halfway through, and I was like, nah. I can't do this. I can't do this. I don't like Studio Ghibli movies. I really don't. I think they're boring. Is that a hot take? I think Studio Ghibli movies are boring, except for Princess Mononoke. I really liked Princess Mononoke. But I don't know, man. I just didn't like it. I think it's overrated, and it's not that great. I don't know what that one is. I'm not far enough in Vinland Saga to say anything. Spy Family. What do I want to say about Spy Family? John, that is so based. They are beautiful films, but they are far too boring to be enjoyable. I think Spy Family is just rated. But I think it's going to go a little higher on the just rated scale. I really love Spy Family. And I think if you boil it down, it's a fantastic show for it being like a comedy action show. What do you mean the logic in universe makes no sense? What do you mean by that? What? The logic in universe does make sense. Kind of. If you suspend your disbelief, as you should for a lot of fictional shows. GTO, what is that? Grand Theft Online? That's not right. What is GTO? I need a breakdown of what GTO is, because I might have seen it. I don't know. Yeah, I think Spy Family is good. I do think it gets hyped up a little bit. It's just such a good show. It's one of the better ones to come out. Also in my top 10. And I think it is really good at what it aims to be. And if you go in with the expectation that it's just going to be a fun little comedy show with some great like action here and there, I think it's great. It's just rated. Just good. It's not overrated. Both leads are uber spies, but neither can figure it out. Silly at best, stupid at worst. See, but yours kind of dumb. Like sometimes. And okay, that's going to get taken out of context. Your is, how do I want to put this? I gotta phrase my words really carefully here. Your is not the sharpest tool in the shed. See, that makes a lot of sense because she works for the garden. You see what I did there? She's not the sharpest tool in the shed. And also, nobody knows what Twilight looks like. And from her perspective, he's just a psychiatrist or whatever. So, and Lloyd, he's also not, like, he's really smart, but he's the kind of, like, can't see the forest for the trees type kind of guy, where he's, like, he thinks about it too deep. He, like, overthinks it, and, like, it goes r/whoosh over his head. The show would work just as well if they knew and had to play along with the occurring hijinks. If they knew, they'd have to kill each other, though. And, like, it wouldn't work out. I think that's the best part, is, like, the tension of them not knowing is if one of them figures it out, they will immediately be tasked with killing the other one. because Lloyd is like the best spy in the West, and Yor is like the best assassin in the East. And if they find out, they're gonna have to kill each other. So I don't want them to find out until it's like all said and done, and you know they can all be happy, and like the Lloyd, Yor, and Anya can all be happy. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It is very wholesome. Fire Force. I gotta really think about this one. Fire Force, I think, is... I'm gonna say Fire Force is like bottom of underrated. I don't see a lot of people talk about Fire Force, and I think Fire Force is good. It has a bit of a fan service issue, and I think Fire Force would be a lot better if it didn't have as much fan service as it did. So that's what I'll say about Fire Force. It's really good. It has some great action, great sound design. Oh my gosh. It's been a while since I've seen sound design. Or, I'm sorry, not seen, but like heard sound design that good. And it has a pretty solid plot too. But like I said, the fan service is just so egregious sometimes. But I do think it's underrated. So if you can get past the fan service and it doesn't bother you, I think Fire Force is pretty good. And more people need to watch it because it's good. And they're heading into like the final-ish seasons. So, all right, Jujutsu Kaisen. Buckle up, Buttercup. Jujutsu Kaisen, it's up here. It's up here and overrated. Don't get me started on Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen is not the second coming of anime Jesus. It's not the greatest shonen airing right now. It's not even that good. And I did a whole like rant on why I'm dropping Jujutsu Kaisen. Which probably won't be true because I'll probably watch season 3 when it comes out casually. And be like, well, I'm still seated because you guys are like, this is going to get really good. And Jujutsu Kaisen fans are like, hey, the Shibuya arc's going to be really good. And it's just everyone dies. And I'm like, what? No. No, that's... No. That's not good. That's bad. And they're like, yeah, but it's dark and edgy and that makes it good. No. No. That makes it bad. Because a lot of the characters die for no reason. They're like, well... you don't understand. That's just how life is. People die for no reason with no meaning or consequence. And I'm like, yes, in real life that happens. But I don't watch anime to be reminded of real life. It's almost like anime is an escapist media to get me away from the stresses and the dangers and the darkness of real life. So maybe I don't want to see that on the TV. And it sucks. Because Jujutsu Kaisen does have really good characters. I love Yuji. I love Nobara. I love Megumi. I think they're all great. They just don't get... They get done so dirty in the series. And Gojo, dude, Gojo is a phenomenal character. I love Gojo. Also gets done dirty. Because Geiji has self-admitted. He's like, I hate Gojo. I'm like, then... What do you mean? What do you mean you hate Gojo? You made him. My brother in Christ, you made Gojo. What is there to hate? I don't know. I also think Jujutsu Kaisen's best arcs are Hidden Inventory, which is the beginning of season 2, the first 5 episodes, and the movie, Jujutsu Kaisen 0. I think that's the best because I think it has the most consistent, congruent plot. But that's also the closest it gets to My Hero. Those 2 arcs are the closest Jujutsu Kaisen ever gets to My Hero. And then everything else is not as great. I'm going to fact check this Geiji quote. Because maybe I'm wrong. Did KJ say he hates Gojo? Okay. Fred everywhere that kid. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is so funny. Okay, November 24th, 2019. KJ says, something Gojo doesn't have. Probably a personality. January 19th, 2020. Now that Gojo is gone, it's looking like 2020 is going to be a good year. Dude, he hates Gojo. Somebody said KJ hates him because it makes it hard to raise the tension since readers develop the mindset that everything will be fine as long as Gojo is there. Okay, but that doesn't seem like a valid... That'd be like Toriyama hating Goku. Like, yeah, that's kind of the point. Or that'd be like Horikoshi hating All Might. Like, I don't know if KJ said that. That's just like speculation. But if that is the case, that's dumb. Because the whole point of having like a strongest character is so that when people, like when viewers see that Gojo shows up, you're like, oh, okay, it's going to be fine now that Gojo's here. Because that's how it always is with Goku, is like you see all the side characters like are getting run through the kitchen sink with the villain, and you're like, oh, Goku needs to show up. Goku needs to come in, and like you're really invested. She's like, if Goku doesn't get here in time, somebody's going to die. And then Goku shows up, and you're like, oh, okay, it's all good. Goku's here. Whew! We're good. So that's like the whole point. So I don't know. Jujutsu Kaisen's overrated. I don't think it's very good either, but I'll save more thoughts on that for later. Okay. Tokyo Revengers, never seen. Bleach, never seen. I do want to watch it, though. Rising of the Shield Hero. Rising of the Shield Hero is... Rising of the Shield Hero is painfully overrated. It's good, but people hype it up like it's the best... People hype it up like it's the greatest isekai of all time. It's not. I'm sorry. I hate to tell you that. It is not the greatest isekai of all time. Rising of the Shield Hero is good. With an asterisk? Maybe? I don't know. I just didn't think it was like... I'm not going to spend a long time on it. Anohana, underrated. Anohana is underrated, dude. If you have not seen Anohana, I don't want to say too much about it, because if I say too much about it, it's going to ruin the show. I'm not a big crier, right? I don't, like, it takes a lot for media to get me to cry. Anohana made me cry. Like, I was watching the last episode, and I was tearing up. Because it was also, because there's a lot of it that I could relate to personally, because of personal experiences I've gone through. But, Anohana is amazing. And it's underrated, because I don't see anybody talking about it. So... That being said, Anohana, you should watch it. Alrighty. How do I have so many anime left? What's 14 times 3? Hold on. How many do I have left? 14 times 3. 42. I have 51 anime left. All right, we gotta start speedrunning some of these. I can't be here all night. All right, Kill la Kill. Kill la Kill is it's oh man, this is a problem. Is I don't know where to put it. I'm gonna say Kill la Kill. Gut Instinct just rated. It's good. I don't think it's enough to be underrated though. It was all right. I enjoyed it. Another one that has a lot of fan service, like a lot of fan service. It's a little too much, if I may say. Chainsaw Man, overrated. Overrated. Up here with Jujutsu Kaisen. Chainsaw Man is overrated. It's another one that's nihilism, dark, that's edgy. No. I did not like Chainsaw Man. Breaking My Silence. YouTube video coming. Breaking My Silence. I did not like Chainsaw Man. I think Chainsaw Man is dumb. Which sucks, because I think Chainsaw Man is a really cool premise of, like, Denji being the Chainsaw Man. And, like, I don't know. It is a cool premise. I don't like it, though. I don't know that one. Don't know. Bungo Stray Dogs. I finished the first season, so I can talk about Bungo Stray Dogs. I think Bungo Stray Dogs is a little underrated. Just a little bit underrated. Yeah, I think Bungo is a little underrated. Maybe less underrated than I don't know. I'm really enjoying it so far. I think it's fun. The power set, like the concept of like Dazai, his ability being named after, because Dazai's ability is no longer human, and like that was a book written by Osamu Dazai, who is a real person. So like all the characters are named after real people, and their powers are named after like a famous work, like a book or an art or painting or something. And I think that's really cool. Dazai is also great. I love Dazai. He's my favorite character. So that's Bungo Stray Dogs. I think that's great. Hunter x Hunter, never seen. I think that's Slime, never seen. Haven't seen that. Danmachi, I watched the first season, could not get into it. It is overrated. Another one that is icky with fan service. So I'll put Danmachi up there. Made in Abyss, have not seen. Is that Classroom of the Elite? Please tell me that's Classroom of the Elite. I want to go off on Classroom of the Elite. It is! Alright, let's go. Alright, buckle in. Classroom of the Elite is overrated. Put that junk up there with No Game, No Life. Classroom of the Elite is dumb. Because it's just like... What is the guy's name? What is the guy's name from Classroom? Why can I not remember this guy's name? Ayana Koji, that's his name. Yeah, not a big fan of Classroom of the Elite. I just think it's dumb. And it's overrated because everyone gasses it up as being like, oh, it's so smart. Oh, it's so this. It's so that. No, it's just so dumb. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Don't like that. Fairy Tale. Never seen. Overlord. Never seen. My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu. Overrated. I'll leave it at the bottom of overrated. Though, because I've only seen the first season and I did not enjoy what I watched. I think it was fine. It wasn't enough for me to like want to watch the second season though. So I'll say that. All right. Soul Eater, never seen. I don't know what that one is. One Punch Man is just rated, but like up here with Code Geass. One Punch Man is really good, especially for what it tries to be. Of like, oh, Saitama is here, and he like just punches really hard, and he's the One Punch Man, and it's really fun, and the comedy is great. I need to watch the second season. Is the second season on Crunchyroll yet? Let me see. If it is, I might binge watch it at work. when I have some downtime. One Punch Man. Oh, One Punch Man isn't on Crunchyroll. I forgot about that. I think it's only on Hulu. And I think the dub is on Hulu. I think. I might be wrong. Yeah, One Punch Man. Just rated. It's good. Fate. Never seen it. We finally get to Gurren Lagann. Gurren Lagann goes in the top of underrated. If you are an anime fan and you've not seen Gurren Lagann, pause the stream, go watch Gurren Lagann. Actually, don't pause the stream. Wait until the stream's over. Then go watch Gurren Lagann. Genuinely, one of the greatest anime ever created. It is so good. I'm rewatching it right now. And because, like, I was like, oh, yeah, it's good. It's like, it might be in my top 10. I watched the first episode, and I was like, no. This is gas. This is fire. It's going in my top 10. This is such a banger anime, dude. Gurren Lagann is great. It's great. And it's only 26 episodes, I think. And it's a complete story start to finish. And that's another part that makes it so awesome, because they told the story they wanted to tell in 26 minutes. It's an anime original. Bing, bam, bop, boom, boom. Yeah. It's so good. Don't believe in yourself. Believe in the me that believes in you. Dude, Gurren Lagann is so good. Hyoka, I think, is like bottom of underrated. Hyoka's good. I don't have much to say about it, though. I really enjoyed it. I wish there was more. Apparently, that's where it ends. Somebody left a comment on the anime that needs another season short and said that's where Hyoka ends. But I guess not. I don't know. I saw online that there's more manga to adapt, but I don't know. Okay, so there is more. There is more. Good. So I'll leave it in bottom of underrated. I have not seen that one. All right, Mushoku Tensei. I'm going to restrain my thoughts because I'm working on a video and I don't want to give them away too soon. Mushoku Tensei is just rated. That doesn't mean I like it. It's just rated. I would actually argue... no. I gotta say Mushoku Tensei is underrated. Just because I don't see enough people talk about it, but the people who do gas it up like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And it kind of is. It kind of is. And I'll expand upon that more in a video. But Mushoku Tensei might be the best isekai anime out of them all. With an asterisk. That I will explain in a video. That should hopefully be out next month. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Mushoku Tensei. Chunibyo I haven't seen. I think that's Monogatari I haven't seen. Kobayashi I haven't seen. Haven't seen this one. The Disastrous Life of Psyche K. I have seen this one. Psyche K was so mid though. Psyche K is so mid though. I'm gonna say it's like bottom of just rated. No, I have to say it's underrated. I have not seen anybody. I'm on anime Twitter all the time. I've not seen a single soul talk about Psyche K. Not a one. Not a single one talk about Psyche K. So it's underrated. I don't think it's great. It's just no. No, Jam, you're right. It's not the grandfather of isekai. The grandfather of isekai is Sword Art Online. But we'll get there. Okay. Attack on Titan is just rated, just like Full Metal Alchemist. Attack on Titan, you can gas it up all you want, and it delivers on that hype. It is so good. Say what you will about the ending. I thought the ending was fine. AOT is so good. I love AOT. And I want to go back and rewatch it now. Especially since it's finished and I can watch it from start to finish. I do think Attack on Titan is very good and it lives up to the hype that people give it. Hot take though, I personally like Studio Wit AOT a lot more than Studio Mappa AOT. Because I'm just not a big fan of what Mappa did with Attack on Titan. Especially with the whole, like, we're going to drag the final season out into 4 parts? 5? Because it was the final season part 1, part 2, the final season, the final chapters part 1, and part 2. And, like, they just dragged the ending out so long because Mappa had such a bad schedule with that. And instead of, like, it all being done and releasing it all at once, they, like, essentially just released what they had finished and then called it a day. And Mappa's very bad about doing that because there was a lot of stuff that came out during Season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen of how bad the production schedule was for JJK, that they were, like, finishing episodes a week before they were supposed to air. And, like, that's not a healthy schedule. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Mappa AOT. All right, Tokyo Ghoul, I think is what that is. Have not seen it. Weathering with You is on this list, dude. That's so goated. Weathering with You is underrated. It's up here with the goats here. Weathering with You is a banger. And it's another one I'll do a video on. I say it. Guys, you have no idea. I could sit here and scroll for days with how long my list of anime that I want to do videos on is. It's... Weathering with You is just... It's peak. It's peak. I think it's my favorite Makoto Shinkai movie. I wouldn't say it's the best one. I just don't see enough people talk about it. But there's, like, people like me who love Weathering with You and are like, huh. I love Weathering with You. I think it's my favorite anime of all time. It's my favorite movie of all time. Dude, I love Weathering with You. I'll never stop singing the praises of that movie. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's great. I think that's I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Have not seen that. Is that Banana Fish? Get out of here. I've not seen that. What is that? We gotta zoom and enhance. I have no clue what this is, so I'm gonna say haven't seen. I think that's Howl's Moving Castle. Haven't seen. Okay, zoom back out here. Ooh, don't reload. That could have been bad. All right, Wodakoi. Overrated. Wodakoi does not deserve the hype it gets. Because it's not that great. That's all I have to say. Moving on. Hello, Red Moon, Blood Moon. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Well, it's going. It's going good. I don't know when that one is. I think it's Madoka Magica. Tower of God. Underrated. Especially the first season. Tower of God, it's a little slow to start. The first few episodes of Tower of God are pretty slow. But then, like, once you really get into it, it's solid. And I don't know. I haven't seen anybody talking about Tower of God this season. Another one I want to do a video on. So, Yeah, I don't know. I like Tower of God. I think it's underrated. Rent a Girlfriend. Ugh. This is another one that's in the same position as Seven Deadly Sins. Nobody gasses up Rent a Girlfriend enough for me to say it's overrated, because anyone who gasses it up is either doing it ironically as a joke or genuinely doesn't know what they're talking about. I'm gonna put Rent a Girlfriend with Seven Deadly because it's the same. Like, I feel the same about both. Because Rent a Girlfriend just sucks, dude. Rent a Girlfriend would be a much better anime if we focused on Chizuru and her drive to be an actress. The series would be so much better if we just focused on her. If we cut out Kazuya as the main character entirely, gone. We've fixed 85.32% of the problems with the show. Because, like, how do I want to put this? Rent a Girlfriend's not bad because of the premise. It's bad because of Kazuya. Kazuya actively ruins the show. Because all of the girls are great. Except Sumi. She's kind of sucks. But, like, Chizuru, what's her name? Ruka and Mami are all, like, good. They all have great character, and I enjoy watching them. But Kazuya ruins everything because he's so dumb. Because all he does is he's like, oh, I'm so sad I don't have a girlfriend. So I'm going to crush on this one that I can't have. And, like, violate her privacy multiple times. And then Ruka shows up and is like, hey, I want to be your girlfriend. And he's like, I'm sad I don't have a girlfriend. But I don't want that one. The one that's, like, head over heels and in love with me and very cute and, like, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, hey, Ruka, I know we're, like, trial dating right now, but I'd like to still go on rental dates with Chizuru. No, what a clown. If we could get rid of Kazuya, you fix most of the issues with the show. Yeah. The author of Rent a Girlfriend is very interesting because he started a new manga that's, like, about all these siblings, and then they're all, like, in love with each other, but they can't because they're related. And it's like, oh, okay, he knows what he's talking about. And then it's like, oh, just kidding, they're not related by blood. They're all step siblings. And it's like, oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, yeah, he's weird. Rent a Girlfriend. Okay. Never seen. Sword Art Online. I have to say overrated just by definition because people gas up Sword Art Online like it's great, and it's not. That doesn't mean it's not entirely bad. The first 13 or 14 episodes of Sword Art Online are great when they're actually in Sword Art Online. You can skip the Fairy Dance arc, you can skip the Gun Gale arc, whatever comes after the Gun Gale arc, and pick right back up with Alicization. SAO is like Alicization to, like, end of War of the Underworld when they're in that, like, completely different game or whatever was actually kind of solid. The pacing was a little rough, but it was kind of solid. I was hooked. I enjoyed a lot of it. So I think that Sword Art Online is good with an asterisk of, like, it's good, but it could be better if the author wasn't weird. It's another one that also, the movies are really good. If you haven't seen Sword Art Online Progressive, the two movies are pretty good because Reki Kawahara, the author, went back and rewrote some of SAO to be like, hey, I know you guys wanted me to actually focus on Sword Art Online, you know, the game, the namesake of the game. So I'll do that and actually flesh out them being in the game. I have some of the progressive manga. Oh, well, it's over there. It's on the other shelf. I have it over there. But I do have the first 5 volumes. and they're actually pretty good. So I mean, Progressive is worth checking out. But Sword Art Online is just. All right, God of High School. I haven't seen it. We're in the home stretch here, guys. My Dress Up Darling is... it's just rated. It's all right. It's not like... it's not the... it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's not like underrated. You know what I mean? I think the fan base accurately hypes it up. That's all I'm going to say. Clanad, I have not seen Clanad. High School DxD, have not seen High School DxD. Fruits Basket is underrated. If you have not seen Fruits Basket, dude, Fruits Basket is goated. Fruits Basket is goated, dude. It's good. And I love Fruits Basket. I want to rewatch it so bad. I just finished it like in March, I think. And now I'm like, I want to rewatch it because it was so good. So I might watch the original, like the 2006 or whatever, Fruits Basket. I would recommend watching the newer one, the remake, because they actually finished it. And also, it's good. So that's what I'll say about Fruits Basket. To Your Eternity, haven't seen. Wonder Egg, haven't seen. Haven't seen that one. Is that Ouran High School Host Club? I'm like 85% sure that's Ouran High School Host Club. Oh, you guys can't see it. Nope, that went the wrong way. That right there, see it above my head here? I think that's High School Ouran. I'm gonna live under the assumption that it is Ouran, and I'm gonna say Ouran is just rated. I have not seen all of it though. I've only seen... let's find out. Let me check my Crunchyroll account. I watched the first 9 episodes of Ouran, and I think it's pretty good. I definitely want to keep watching it. Oh, it's not Ouran? Okay, I lied. It's going in Never Seen. I lied. Haven't seen Maid Sama. Never mind. Ignore me. Quintessential quintuplets. Overrated. I can't understand people who gas up the quintessential and the Quints anime. It's not great. And I've talked about it at length before on other live streams. I can't pretend that quintessential quintuplets is good, because it's not. The ending fumbles the whole series. And it hurts, because I want it to be good. Miku, best girl, by the way. Miku and Itsuki are best girl. They can share it, because Itsuki's really good too. The other 3 sisters kind of suck. Just because Yotsuba is not in it enough. Nino is annoying, and Ichika is weird. So Quince is good. But that being said, that was 100 anime. How many of them did not end up on the list? $52 of them did not end up on the list, so I ranked 48 of them are all right here. So that's the list, folks. I'm not gonna do any submissions because it's I did not expect it to take that long. But that's where we're gonna end the stream for tonight. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. So, for everyone who is here live, thank you for being here live. I'll be back on Sunday to read the last chapter of My Hero Academia. It's going to be great, though. We're going to have a good time going through that. next week we're going to do something. I'm not entirely sure yet what it is going to be, though. So, and of course, as always, new video on Friday. New video on Wednesday. So look forward to that. There'll be more about that in the coming days. I do look forward to getting back on Twitter Sunday afternoon because I've missed interacting with you guys on Twitter. But for now, I'll see you guys later. Until then, have a great weekend. See you guys on Sunday. Peace out.